on me now.
Oh, I forgot to record up at the porch, but it's a sunny weather day. Glass out taking care of
Baby turkeys.
There she goes. She went spilling the beans before I could get there.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I believe this is the only boy we've got. And he's very chill. They always leave him out though, so he's always by himself and
closing his eyes.
Oh God, he's like narcoleptic too. Last time I found him inside there, I thought he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this is a narco Marco.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and Miss Giggles is out here. Miss Willow is out here. At least, I mean, we still are not like 100% certain that Giggles is a girl, but we're fairly certain.
Yeah.
Because we've never seen the male appendages come out. But anytime females come around, just like we had our first solicitors.
I know. Wondering who they were.
So yeah, we had our first solicitors. Obviously, it's my fault. I left the gate open. How rude. So, well, guess Gladys, I was about to say, Giggles is going to go feed everybody. Gladys is going to start feeding everybody. And I'll bring you back here in a second. But yeah, we'd had our first solicitors. Well, obviously, we don't have any signs out on the gate, and the gate was open.
We didn't think we were going to get any solicitors all the way out.
Didn't think we would get any solicitors out here. But we did. And it's, I don't know, we've never really talked about it on camera, because obviously the number one solicitors you're going to get are the church, right? It's going to be the different church folks, and I don't even know what church they're from. No. I did not let them know that we did YouTube. So. Do you want to spill the beans on what our beliefs are? You want me to talk about that?
I think we did.
Yeah, I think we've touched base on it.
We just let everybody be who they want to be. We're not going to force anything on anybody, but we really don't follow a religion.
No.
We don't. Just go with the flow. Be happy with what Mother Nature gives us.
And aliens.
As it says, aliens. Yeah. So, it is what it is, right? Everybody has a different belief. Respect it, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know, we have a hectic family. We have family that, we have Christians, we have Catholics. So, it is what it is. Just respect boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, they were actually pretty happy to. Cause I sat there, I talked with them, and yeah, I mean, they were nice. They were very considerate coming to the property. Came in really slow because obviously they hear dogs barking and stuff. And then once I came out, they had introduced themselves and handed me the flyer, right? The flyer. And it's one of those things is I forgot, I'm trying to see like exactly who it was, but they're
Jehovah's Witnesses.
So yeah, I'm pretty certain that's who it was. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, for me, just like I said, aliens, right? It was always my belief. Well, not always, right? Obviously, because I'm pretty certain as a child, right? If you went to church, a lot of times you were going to church with your parents, your grandparents, and didn't really have a say so. And yeah, so
And
she went to Catholic,
school.
and a lot of the churches that I went to were Baptist or Southern Baptist churches and such, growing up. And, as a kid, obviously you're going and you're having fun because you're doing kid things, activities, and such, and, playing games and doing a bunch of things. So, yeah, it's going to be fun and doing that stuff. But still, you're going because someone's telling you to go, per se, right? So with that, right, I sat there and I had a conversation on some of the things that I actually believe, and whether Gladys believes it or not, I told them I did not put words in her mouth.
Okay, so for me, it's, I come from a background of, Mexican Indians and all that, and Native Indians and all that. And it's multiple gods for us. It's always been multiple gods, multiple beings. So, I mean, as it says aliens, so probably. We don't know. Right?
Yeah. Sky gods.
Sky gods. See? Yeah. Everywhere you go.
Or gods that came from under the ground cave systems, which would be aliens that were already there and they came out.
So that's us. Yeah.
So
No, we don't wear
but yeah, I mean, obviously, do we want to have solicitors coming to the property constantly? No. But obviously they came out here, we had a conversation with them. We weren't being rude. I'm going to say, hey, I don't want you on my property, leave. We actually had a conversation, and I mean, if it happens again, it happens again. I will go and get a sign to put. Now, if I have a sign out and you're coming out here, I'll respectfully say, hey, did you happen to see the sign that was on my gate? And if they said yes, then I'm like, all right, well, then I'm kindly ask you to leave. But other than that, if it's something that said, oh, no, I'm like, okay, well, then I'll have that conversation with them. And then show them where the sign is, and then say, all right, well, just please respect the sign next time. That's it. There's no reason to be rude. Be kind to one another, right? And with that, like I said, my beliefs is the world, they've already scientifically proven that there's been many of humanoid beings here. There's like 14 different humanoid species that's lived on the property, or not lived on, but lived on the earth, right? That they've already found, and doing DNA research and stuff. They've already done that. Well, as humans, right, we've already learned how to genetically modify foods. Learned how to genetically. That's Giggles going after Max. So with all those things, right, if we know how to do it, I guarantee you that other beings already know how to do that. I mean, that's something, just look at every different religion, every different, thing, even going back to, people that have already been long gone, right? So you have, your Egyptians, you have your Aztecas, you have, all these different things, and look at all these different buildings, all these different things. Scientifically, they've already shown a lot of these all to have the same story, right? They have the same beings, they have the same, stuff that they've all talked about. And to me, I believe that there are several different races of aliens that have been here, and that at least one of them, I don't know which one personally, but one of them genetically modified one of the human that were here to create who we are today. And those first people that were born were the Adam and Eve, right? Per se. But they were still out, because they've already proven that there was children from the humanoid that we are today, and other, like the Neanderthal and other stuff, that they were mixed, right? That's already been proven. So with that being said, is yes, I do believe in being able to go back and look at those different DNA markers, look at those different things, and the genealogies and all that stuff to see, okay, well, that portion of our DNA that changed us is older than what they believe the Earth to be. So, yeah, that's it. And I sat there and I talked to them about all that, and they were actually really interested. They're like, well, that's the first time we've ever heard anybody, talk about that stuff and such. So they had a really good conversation. They enjoyed it. And I was fine talking with them. But like I said, we'll get the signs out. We're still going to be kind to anybody that comes to the property. And, yeah, that's it. So let's get you flipped around. Let's go look at some turkeys. And I think the last time we had talked about it with loss on the property, we had bought 6 guineas.
Get 6 guineas, yeah.
6 guineas. And now we have 3 left. 3 made it. So
yeah, they're begging.
Yeah, they're getting big. So, yeah. And then that's Narco Marco.
The only boy.
And you see, he likes to sleep.
He'll fall asleep on anything. You can make any noise you want, and he's out.
Gone.
This is what we do every morning.
Just gone.
Take him out because he's the only loner. I'll take him out, and this is what he does when I'm feeding everybody.
Yep. Giggles, be nice to Max.
I know you're the boss, girlfriend.
But yeah, in here, the 3 guineas. So obviously, since they were still little, and they've been growing like a weed, but we went ahead and got the 3 turkeys.
And they took them in nicely.
Yeah, and they brought them in nice, because obviously guineas, right? Guineas will bolt, right? They'll leave the property, because they're more of a wild game bird is what they're considered, right? Turkeys can be as well, but normally if you're raising guineas with another bird, right, i.e. turkeys or ducks or chickens, right, a lot of times they'll kind of put themselves with that flock, and then they'll stick around with that flock. So we're hoping, right, that with that being said, that they will want to stick around with the turkeys. So at least one of these turkeys, depending, because if we have a boy and a girl, we've already said that we were going to go ahead and try to get them to lay us some eggs, and we'll just keep them around as pets, per se, right, to breed us some more turkeys for that Thanksgiving turkey, that Christmas turkey, or whatever we're gonna do. But yeah, but at least one of these, right, is gonna be for food this year. So yeah, that one of them is for food this year.
Not my baby.
But
the other ones are.
Yeah, probably not Narco Marco. But that's it. That's what we got for you today. We've been here long enough to get our first solicitors. And no, we don't consider them trespassing, because there was no signs out there stating. So, yeah. Anything else you'd like to say, baby?
No. Have a good day.
All right. Did Giggles get her water yet?
No, actually, it's over
So I'd actually had put that out onto a short over on the main channel, and yeah, a lot of folks didn't know that Giggles likes to be watered like a flower. So we have a water can, and normally she doesn't like me doing it, so she will walk away if.
Gotta get Willow out of the way.
Come here, Willow. See? She'll walk up to Gladys, be like, hey, I want it. I want it. And then she gets mad whenever she stops. Let me turn this off because it's already overflowing. Every morning.
She saw me watering the plant, so she wants
Stay here,
water
Willow.
too.
Yep.
Good? Are we good? I think you grew already. Look at you. You're growing beautifully.
Waters her like a flower.
Yeah.
You're silly.
So,
You're silly. So, yeah, I know. She's a silly one. But we definitely appreciate y'all for following in on today's journey. We're going to get busy. We're still been cleaning up the property. Just getting stuff. I need to get in town, get some more gas, some more petrol for the lawnmowers and stuff. We ran out yesterday. Didn't even get a chance to finish cutting the grass. And that's it. We're just taking it day for day. So definitely get out there. Thank a veteran with every chance you get. Not only on Veterans Day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Later, friends.